Hello and welcome to day number 16 of Wake with Awakened Youth. And today we're talking about feeling. We go into deep truths about your own experience and relationship with feeling and sensation. In life, oh man, life is a feeling process. You feel something, you respond to it. And that choice and that response determines your outcome and determines your destiny. So let's lay some foundations about what feeling is and how it actually affects you. A sensation is a sensation. You feel it in your body. It's there. You feel it. You get to choose how you respond to it. So if you find yourself in a tough, challenging situation where you got to pull through, you can see that as a victim, as in this feeling is so intense, or you can lean into the feeling, feel it fully, and do what you got to do in order to reach your next level of evolution, right? To reach your next level of personal evolution. I mean, that's been the biggest reason why for me to pull through these really intense situations that I've been through, emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. It's always been to know that if I just hang on a little longer, and if I give myself a little more to this, to myself, into this process, if I invest in myself through this process, on the other end of this, I'm going to be so much stronger. And I'm going to be so much more equipped to actually handle my reality and my experience. If every single time a sensation comes up, you're thrown off center, well then, you're pretty easily thrown off center. And people who are pretty easily thrown off center don't do much in the world. They just react. And the world is created by not those who react, but by those who choose and are proactive. That's the first law of the 7 habits of highly successful people, is to be proactive. And in order to be proactive, you have to not be reactive. And in order to not be reactive, you have to be willing to feel fully and to be present. It's easy to set an intention and then quit as soon as it gets difficult. It's easy to assume that as soon as things get difficult, it's not for you. But with that kind of mentality, you'll never get anywhere other than your comfort zone. You know, I tend to attract people that A, they want to do a great deal of good in the world, or B, they're relentlessly committed to self-actualizing. And if you want to do a great deal of good in the world, it's super important for you to be the best you can be, right? To be the best, most empowered, greatest version of you can possibly be, as in not the one that's easily thrown off center. And if you're here to self-actualize, like, get on board. It's super important. Feel fully, embrace your feelings fully, and then you can actually go all the way, right? Woo! I spent the past 4 or 5 years, probably I think the past 6 years at this point, going and putting myself in difficult situations that test my feelings and put me in the tension. My mentor, Brandon Hawk, he calls it putting yourself in the tension of receiving Because if you actually want to receive what you want, you have to be willing to feel what you have to feel in order to receive it. And if every time you find yourself in that situation and that intense feeling comes up, you're not actually receiving what you want. You're just bypassing because the feelings are too intense. The reason I'm sharing this with you is because I've benefited so much from feeling. I could easily be classified as empath, as someone who's highly sensitive, as someone who's spiritually aware, who's highly attuned to my emotions. But if I let that be an excuse to not do what I actually really want to do with my life, then that's perpetuating a story of me being disempowered. And the more I let myself perpetuate a story of being disempowered, the more I will be disempowered. So your emotions are not your enemy. Your emotions and the sensations that come up, they're here to transform you into your best self. Because who would you be? Who would you really be if you would let yourself be in the tension, be in that difficult moment, and just be cool, be calm, and be calm? I love you so much. You know, if you're here, you know, you're here and you probably have some big intention or some whatever you got going on. You're here for a purpose. You've been called here. You know, you don't come to these videos for, you know, random reasons. So feel fully. Never bypass your feelings. Your willingness to feel fully no matter what. No matter what. And you know, I'm all about love. And also bring the intensity. Because I know that in order for us to really make a difference, and in order for me and for anyone to truly live fully, you have to be willing to feel fully and to give fully. It's like when you're running a marathon or you're doing that workout, you want to leave it all in there. When it's time to do that practice, maybe you got a yoga practice or a painting practice or a writing practice or a meditation practice. Do you give 2% or 5% or 10% or 25%? Do you give 100? Do you give it all? And if you're scared of intensity, don't be afraid of intensity. It's like being afraid of fire. Yeah, fire transforms things. Fire can burn things up. Fire can destroy. Fire can also create. So don't be afraid of the fire. Be brave today. Do what you like. Be a free will choice being, of course. And feel fully. Create some sort of practice today. I invite you to go into whatever it is that you're doing and to feel a little bit more of the tension and to feel a little bit more of any sort of discomfort that's there and to lean into it fully and to feel it fully. And if you keep that up, week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, next thing you know, you're this super grounded, really calm, centered, unwavering person that can really be a strong pillar and a foundation that helps to help other people from. Because if you're thrown off center every single time something difficult comes your way, then, you know, you can't really do too much good for people. So you got to have that consistency. And that consistency comes from your ability to show up every single day. And your ability to show up every single day comes from your willingness to feel fully every single day, which means not bypassing. All right, y'all. Peace. I'll see you tomorrow.